The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Dueling Comedians, where two comedians clash to see whose comedy kills and who gets killed.
Figuratively speaking, of course.
All this to determine who claims the coveted Dueling Comedians trophy. This is Dueling Comedians.
Good day, my listeners and viewers. I hope you're having a wonderful time, whatever it is you're doing. Actually, I don't care whether you do or not. It just seems like a host thing to say that I hope you're having a good time. And let's just trust if you're listening or watching Dueling Comedians, which is what this is, you are having a good day. All kidding aside, please enjoy whatever it is you're doing, unless you're playing with yourself, and finish up and then listen.
Yeah, listen
afterwards. Yeah. Wash up and listen. That's all.
Please.
That's all I can.
You probably don't even have to tell them.
They would probably know that
from the voice.
You would think. Yeah. All right. Like I should drop what I'm doing and listen if it can be dropped. Certain cases it can't be dropped. It just has to be put aside.
Depends on how far along
you are. Right. Sometimes there's a point of no return. Anyway, not what we're here to talk about. We're at the semifinals for the Dueling Comedian coveted belt. Someone's going home on this belt. One of you two is going to be in on the belt. And before I introduce one of you two, or both of you two, or all of the three of you, let's say hello to my sidekick and good pal, Laugh Track Larry.
Hey, give me a second. I'm finishing up something over here.
All right. All right.
You know, I think at the beginning you probably offended our listener.
Well,
we can't afford to lose him or her.
Or it, whatever it is. Or they. I guess they is them. Them it is.
I like that.
Yeah. A lot of people are going with that now. There's no more he, she. It's them and they. A lot of people, because
you're woke.
I am very woke. I know I don't look like a woke man on account of I don't shave a whole lot. But I am definitely woke, and I like to give people their space. And I think individuals deserve a right to call themselves whatever they want.
I go with them. Not them. Not because I'm not female, but because I could be. I'm big enough to be two people.
So you refer to yourself in the plural sometimes.
Absolutely. I'd like everyone else to as well.
All right. How are them today? How are we?
We are just...
Tony, what you can't say is, how are those today?
No, don't do that. No, then we're back in the...
I said that once.
Yeah. No. It's funny, too. Well, let me introduce these guys and hold that thought, Larry, because... to one side of me is Jeff Keon. That would be the man with the hat. And to my other side is Kristin O'Brien. She is not wearing a hat. So if you need to distinguish between them, also you look like you shaved.
I did shave. Yeah. I did this morning.
There's plenty of reasons you can tell you two apart.
Yeah, and I'm on this side.
And you're
she's over there.
On the other side.
Yeah. I remember these two.
You remember them?
Jeff's name, it's an enigma. I mean, it's not pronounced the way it should be.
How would you pronounce it, should you, if you had it?
He kind of flip-flops shit all around. I mean, it looks like it should be Koen, not Keon.
Right, it's Koen, but it's pronounced Keon. But it's an adopted name, and there was a mistake.
I thought it was a dyslexic name, perhaps.
It kind of is, too, yeah.
Well, how did that happen? Because I'll tell you a story.
Well, I guess whenever they came over all those years ago,
and
whenever that was.
What's the homeland?
Here we go, because it's an adopted name. I don't really know. I never bothered asking the question, Tony.
I've always wanted to know the answer to this.
I just rolled with it. I never.
You don't know what your ancestry is. You haven't pissed in a cup.
Well, it isn't because I got adopted by my stepfather.
Oh, you were adopted.
So I was Vitali or Barry, but I was Italian and Irish, and then Keon, and I think it's English and Irish, something like that.
Okay, all right.
You know.
So When you get adopted, they throw away your name and give you whatever.
Yeah, when you're in 6th grade and you get adopted, you just go to some lawyer's office and you sign a piece of paper. It
says, "This is my name now."
This is your name, and you don't know how to pronounce it, and then and it's a constant thing too because people got the weird names. We've talked about it before. Yeah. And it's like I'm always I'm getting checks Keon. They won't cash them, and it's all that kind of stuff. And people I've known for 20 years in comedy still put my wrong name on the posters and all that stuff.
Well, I was not adopted to the best of my knowledge, but my parents used to joke. I'm sort of a middle child. Mm-hmm. I had 2 brothers, and they were like Irish twins. They were like 11 months apart. And then there was a 5-year space, and then 4 years in my sister. So for all intents and purposes, I was the middle kid. And forgotten. They didn't give a shit about me one little bit.
Yeah, nobody does.
And we used to joke. My mother used to joke, and I was different than everyone else in my family. They all were very straight and narrow and were for the state or became teachers or whatever, and I became me. And we used to joke that they found me in the trash. That was their big ha-ha with me. Well, we found that one in the trash and blah, blah, blah. So I was going to get my passport, and I go to look. I had to go get my birth certificate, and they have my name spelt wrong on my birth certificate.
No.
Yes, it's the same kind of thing. Yeah. It's E-I instead of I-E.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
In my last name, and my parents just didn't care enough to change it.
So it's I before E, except after V.
V, right. I am the exception to the rule, as you might imagine. Yes,
I did imagine that.
Yeah. So family dynamics aside, now where do you fall in your family?
I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister.
Yeah, just the 2 of you. Yeah, so you don't have any middle child problems there.
No, but I more than have made up for it.
You made up for it, yeah. Are you a good older sister, or are you bad?
I don't know. We were just talking the other day. Actually, at the Winter Circle, we were talking about my name, Auntie Kristin. And I only have one nephew, and I never see him. So I don't think I'm very good.
You're not good at the family thing.
I'm not good.
All right. And how many siblings did you have, Jeff?
I have one sister, and she's
this is the adopted. In the adopted family,
right? I do, and this is the weird thing: is I do have sisters that I don't know from your other biological father, and they're right around the corner. Too.
You haven't ever wanted to meet them?
It's never really happened. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It's weird. It's
that weird is thing. Weird.
Yeah. And I will say, I think, and I'm not. I think I was.
You haven't dated one.
I think they know, and I think I was hitting on one of them at a bar in Beverly years ago, and they were kind of like
creeped out by it.
They were teasing me a little bit, but I didn't know that it's my sister.
So you think you might have actually met them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to establish that? Like, this is blowing my mind.
Just, if they want to come, I just take it easy.
You have a nap.
I got enough going on.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah. That explains why you're a comedian. How did you get involved in this?
My mother had a Mexican restaurant in Westford, and I used to tend bar there on Thursday nights, and I would tell stories.
Right.
And after a while, people would bring friends in and be like, "Can you tell him the story?"
Oh.
And so, of course, you like and you.
Of course,
right? And you add to it.
You're telling a story, right?
And then one day, I was looking through an adult ed book.
An adult ed,
right?
Okay, not an adult book.
Not.
Not a.
The word adult has become a dirty word.
Listen, anything out of a old white guy's mouth now sounds filthy.
It's gross.
So whatever I say, I could say the most innocuous thing.
It's not on you.
Like Laugh Track Larry said earlier. How are those? That's a very innocuous statement. Right. But as soon as it comes out of Larry,
it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
We know exactly.
I thought that was funny.
But it is funny, and you can take a joke.
She's a comedian.
Kristin, were you the one with the bus joke? The school bus?
The bus joke? I don't think so.
No. I like that one. Never mind.
I'll see if I can tell a version.
If you get a bus
something
joke.
With a bus.
Right. Do you remember the joke, Larry? No, all right. That's too much to ask.
There was a school bus.
It was a school bus involved.
He loves that joke, though. It's his favorite joke.
Something about had to get off at the next stop.
Now that's somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're funny, too.
Well, this is going to be a good semifinal, I can already tell, because you got to come up with a bus joke, and you got to figure out your family tree, and then we'll see what happens in the middle. That's all we can do. So are you guys ready? You know how this works, and this is it. I got a problem. Yes, Larry.
We got to have a break. We got to pay for this mess.
Oh, okay. So let's go to a break.
Well, why wouldn't we? Right?
We'll be back.
You're listening to Dueling Comedians. Now streaming on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. This wicked pissa show will be right back.
Attention cigar smokers, or even friends of a cigar smoker. If you're looking to relax with a nice premium cigar or looking for a great gift for a cigar smoker, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Our friends at twoguyscigars.com have created the Cigar of the Month Club. For just $24.99 per month, you or your friend will receive 4 different premium handmade cigars every month, and shipping and handling is included. Go to twoguyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com, and go to the Cigar of the Month Club. You can stop anytime because there's no contract, but you won't because this is a tremendous deal for our listeners. Go to twoguyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com, and click the Cigar of the Month Club. At the same time, if you want to learn about the cigars you receive each month, you can smoke along with them on their own podcast called The Cigar Authority. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice premium cigar from our friends at twoguyscigars.com.
We are still here. We haven't gone anywhere. This is semifinal rounds for Dueling Comedians. I'm with Jeff Koen and Kristin O'Brien. And we're about to find out where you guys have been. Although, can I speak of a little thing I have? We're calling this the semifinals, which is one of those things. I don't know how you have a semifinal. It's right. Final is final. Yeah. It can't be almost final. No. I guess it is almost final. But if it's final, then it's done. Right?
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something there.
There's something there. Anyway, how do we get a hold of you guys, and what have you been up to? Let's start with you, Jeff.
So I guess Jeff Koen, but it's KOEN.com.
Just hit up one of his sisters. They'll get in touch with
they're all over the place. They're gorgeous, too. Sure, they're gorgeous.
Of course. Why else would you be hitting on them?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I'm actually at Giggles this Friday night. Which
is nice.
Great.
Who are you with?
Fun. I think it's RDJ.
Beautiful.
Mario.
Yeah, that's nice.
Russo, I believe. I don't know if it's an add-on show or what it is, but so that'll be great.
Right. Maybe I'll see you there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and Kristin?
I'm going to be doing Jay Anthony's for Frank Foley on New Year's Eve.
Where is that now?
Western Mass, like Auburn or someplace.
Huh. Nice.
It's a pretty swanky joint, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how do people get a hold of you?
Facebook, Kristin O'Brien.
Yeah.
With 2 I's.
Kristin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's how my soon-to-be ex-wife will... No, unless she hears this. Unless he hears this.
I had to stop you from
Thank you very much.
Anymore.
Thank you very much, Larry. There's a lot going on. There's more to you that meets the eye. He just saved me from a very bad mistake.
Put the shovel down and back away slowly.
Yeah, that's it. Walk that one more step. So it's dueling time. Here we go. I'm going to hit that button. Who wants to start? We flip the coin, and we're going to defer to the ladies. So, Kristin, you'll go first after I hit this button.
Got it.
Okay.
Tony, my husband's always complaining that he doesn't like the way I have the furniture set up in the living room. So one day, while he was hunting, as a surprise, I rearranged it. And you know what? His couch looks much better in my new apartment on the Cape.
So, Tony,
yes.
You know, I don't have to tell you that cooking is dangerous.
It is very.
It's dangerous.
Yes,
I dropped
extremely.
a bowl, right? It shattered into a million pieces. Mm-hmm. It sliced my whole ankle all the way up to my knee. You know, I'm no doctor. I say, leave it alone, let the body heal itself. A week goes by, it's still a giant scab. I go to put some Neosporin on it. Come to find out it's not a scab. What it was just dried marinara. Yeah.
My daughter is a vegan, Tony. She is. She's a vegan. And she got upset with me because I brought cheese to a party the other day.
Well, how could you?
Unfriended me on Facebook. That's a true story. And you thought you were lactose intolerant.
I just thought of this on the way up here. I mean, I didn't do great in high school. You know, it was that pesky Spanish class. It was like the teacher was speaking a foreign language, you know. So stupid.
I still have to get together with my husband every now and then to do taxes and things like that.
You are separated.
Yeah. Long time.
Yeah.
And the other day we were having dinner talking about our taxes, and he said, I can tell that you're trying to get me into the back seat. And he was close. You know, it was the trunk.
I dated this girl, and she said that because my second toe was longer than my big toe, meant I was very demanding. Can you believe that? I'm like, honey, just be quiet and go make me a sandwich. You know?
So now I'm dating a younger man.
Oh.
Right? Younger man. He's got a lot of stamina. You know, sometimes we have to take a break in the middle.
Right.
To shave. How do you tell when the woman hitting on you is a cougar? She says, call me. That's a rotary dial phone joke.
I was always a prankster. I can remember when I was younger, I was at my parents' house, and I tried to light a fart on fire.
Oh,
and I couldn't find a lighter, so I decided to use the toaster. And my father was bullshit because he was toasting a bagel at the time.
Wow, that was
something.
That was something. I don't know what that was, but that was something. Not a school bus mentioned, by the way. No one mentioned school bus, Larry.
Bus jokes. No bus jokes.
No bus jokes. So it wasn't one of these two, I guess.
That makes it all the harder.
I know. If the bus joke had come, it seems like it would make a big difference to you.
I mean, there's a lot to think about here.
Yeah. Do you need a minute? Do you want me to fill some time?
No,
or are you all right?
I'm going to think out loud.
Yeah. Okay. Now you're going to get on Laugh Track Larry's process.
I like the structure of a toaster fart joke.
Sure, of course.
Right.
Who doesn't? It's classic, yeah.
Who thinks, oh my God, there's a toaster farts?
Right, nobody sure. How do you put those together?
I mean, my dad thought I was going to burn the bagel if it worked out.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I like the lactose intolerant, right? Because this was a play on words.
It was.
Did you get it?
I did. I understood the joke.
Well, you didn't laugh.
What? No, I believe I chuckled. I think I smiled.
Adequately, yes.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah. It's a good joke. Because she's talking about cheese.
Right.
And lactose intolerance.
Right. And the intolerance of the vegan daughter.
Right.
You understand?
I understand. The cheese is a metaphor for hating her daughter, who's a vegan.
Yes, you got it exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of resentment
There is some resentment there. Yeah.
Listen, this one is really difficult.
Yeah.
So
at least she's not trying to date her brother.
Well, That doesn't count.
To the best of our knowledge.
I did marry my cousin. How's that?
Oh. Really?
Yeah. It was an accident. I didn't know.
He didn't know either?
No.
How close a cousin?
Very distant. My mother discovered this 8 years in.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And how do the girls look? Your children?
We don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any children? You have
Although
no kids?
he did try to say that we should stay together for the children that we don't have.
You don't have. Right.
Well, what about this vegan daughter? Is that made up?
No, she's real. She's going to be, I don't even want to say how old she's going to be next week.
I'm really confused.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, she's not his. That's what you unpack.
That's all you got to know. Not his. Not his.
I think we better move on.
Yeah, let's pick a winner so we can get out of this.
Please. Before I step in it any further.
I love this show. You think it's one thing and it's something else entirely.
I don't know what it is anymore. Listen, they're both funny.
Very funny,
Oh my gosh, I laugh.
Yeah. Is this one of those things, Larry, where it comes down to one?
It comes down to one little thing.
Yeah.
I got to say, I just really like Kristin's delivery style.
Uh-huh.
You could probably see that would be appealing to me.
It would be appealing to you, yeah.
Yeah. So I think the winner is, well, I know.
You know. You're the only one who knows at this point.
Kristin,
congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff, well done. Very funny.
Brother.
Pleasure.
Thank you,
always a pleasure. So, Kristin, you will come back at some point when we figure it all out for the finals and a chance to win the belt. So
looking forward to it.
It's getting very tense. It's coming down to the wire. So make sure you find us at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. Get us wherever podcasts are ahead, and keep listening and watching. Thanks a lot. On behalf of myself and Laugh Track Larry, I'm Tony V. This has been Dueling Comedians.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.